going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Back from the Box video, and in today's video I got some really cool collectibles to show you. I have started my DC Ambassador program. This is the first video in that series that you will be watching on this channel, and I gotta say, they did send me some cool stuff from Batman. Of course, everybody loves Batman collectibles, and today I'm going to be showing you some really cool stuff, because the cool thing about this is if you were like me, growing up, you always wanted the latest and greatest Batman stuff. Now, back in my day, you actually had to wait a long time to get a lot of this stuff, but nowadays it feels like there's so much Batman stuff all over the place. But the one thing that doesn't go away is you probably got a younger sister or a younger brother that just wants to play with your cool Batman stuff, and you're like, get away from me, don't do it. But I do have something cool for you, because the first thing that I got sent over was from the company SPINMASTER, and it is this cool Clayface versus Batman Bat Cycle set. And I think this is pretty awesome because it's perfectly ages 3 and up. So if you got that younger brother that wants to play with your stuff, that younger sister that wants to play with your stuff, maybe you should go ahead and get this and be like, yo, play with this. Don't play with anything else. Leave everything else out of this. I will say, if you don't have any annoying brothers or sisters, this is actually not a bad thing to collect if you are into this kind of style. Now, I do say this is something I would have played with when I was a lot younger. The cool thing is, though, is it does say first edition, so if you are somebody that is actually trying to collect these kind of things, maybe you want to collect the series, maybe you're just a big Spin Master fan because it reminds you of your childhood. I know a lot of people like to collect things that are nostalgic and stuff like that. This kind of gives off that vibe, and especially the way it's made, everything, the opposable, like, bending arms and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, would have totally played with this when I was younger, and again, if you are a collector, they are saying that it is a first edition, so that kind of adds a little bit to it. I think that's pretty dope. Alright, so out of the box, I gotta say, these things actually feel pretty good and pretty solid. Like, you know, you can actually play with these things and they don't feel like they're gonna be fragile and break. Clayface is one of my favorite characters, so I love that they actually, you know, they're giving Clayface some love. I feel like this character is underused in the Batman universe, although some people might disagree with me. They might think he's used a lot, although I think he deserves some big screen time, in my opinion, because I think he's such a great character. But yeah, so we got an awesome freaking Clayface here. You know, he's got his mallet on here with his hand, which I think is really cool. But then we actually have the Batman with the Bat Cycle. Now, of course, he's Batman, so he gets a little bit more. You got the Bat Cycle, and you actually have these gauntlets that you see on this Batman. Batman's legs and arms bend pretty well with this action figure. I will say the cape is a little flimsy, but for the most part, the figure itself is pretty solid, and I like that, you know, it comes with these little gauntlets, so you can have a little bit of extra fighting with Clayface if you need to. And the suit is actually really unique. Batman seems to be like this just very armored suit, if that makes sense. We do know on this channel that Batman has many gadgets, and I think this is actually pretty cool that they didn't give him a basic Batman design with the mouth. They tried to go with a cooler, sleek design, which is more tactical, which I think is kind of cool. So yeah, if you wanted to get something for your little brother or sister to stay away from your collectibles, I think this Spin Master Batman vs. Clayface would be really cool. Quick break, did I mention that today's video is brought to you by WB? The next collectibles I have to show you guys are something that I actually really enjoy and something that I would collect personally, and I will say that I kind of grew up on this brand, but they recently just started making DC collectibles, which I think is really cool, and that is the McFarlane brand, and they started doing these DC Multiverse collectibles, and I have to say, you know, DC did send me two of my favorite characters, probably my two all-time favorite characters, in Batman and Joker, and not any just Batman and Joker, they're actually the Batman and Joker from the Arkham game series. Now, I have grown up on this video game, I love it, I've played every single one, I've beat every single one multiple times, and I just absolutely love that they decided to send me two figures from that game series. It's by the McFarlane brand, so if you know about Todd McFarlane, you know that his toys, his collectibles, his figures are pretty solid quality. And I have to say, just package-wise, I really like it. You know, you're able to just hang these on the wall if you have a thumbnail or a thumbnail. Yeah, I mean, same thing, whatever. But yeah, you just hang these things up, and I think it's pretty awesome. But yeah, this is what they look like outside, or inside the boxes is what I should say. But let's go ahead and get a view of them outside of the box. Now, if you've never owned a McFarlane action figure before, they are very different from a lot of other action figures because there's a lot more movement in these figures. You're able to pose them differently. Their arms bend multiple ways instead of just up and down, and they're just, you know, their legs do the same thing. So you're able to have a little bit more like posable action, which I think is really cool, especially if you're somebody that likes to actually set these figures up, maybe in a nice display. If you want to have them just on your desk, you can have them sitting in a cup, you can have them doing a whole bunch of different things because their bodies move so much. And of course, if you are somebody that enjoys playing with action figures, it just allows your playability to be a lot better. Now, another thing you get from McFarlane is the detail in the toys is so good. Like, you can actually feel the detail of Joker's suit, which is really nice. You can actually just see his grin, his little lines in his teeth, and the hair just looks really awesome too. And like I said, these characters bend so much. I mean, look, you can actually bend his foot all the way up to where you can have it be a little bit just crazier if you wanted it to be. Same thing with the Batman figure. There's so much detail in this Batman. You're able to move his torso back and front. You're able to move his hands a lot differently. Now, Batman does come with some gadgets, of course. He comes with a batarang, he comes with a grappling hook, a grenade. He comes out with some really cool gadgets, so you're able to have those gadgets in his hand. And again, you're able to pose him a lot better. So if you needed him to do some karate chops, you needed him to do some, you know, freaking ninja kicks, you're able to actually do that all so well with these McFarlane action figures. And I think that's so really cool. And now the cape is not too stiff, but it is a little stiff. It does give you some movement, so which is really cool. So unlike the Spin Master one, this is a little bit more like rubbery, durable cape, so you won't have to worry about that getting in your way when you play. Although some people might like the cloth cape that comes with the Spin Master one, just because it, you know, maybe you want it to just kind of get out of the way. You just want to be able to have your battles and it flows a lot better. You know, that's just personal choice. But I think both of these figures are pretty solid. I do love the McFarlane line. Like I've said, I've been collecting McFarlane stuff since I was a child. Now, if you are one of those people that is a collector, but you do like to take things out of the box, but you kind of maybe you want a display to display these things on. Now, the cool thing is McFarlane actually gives you a base to stand these characters on so they won't be toppling over. At the same time, you actually get a collectible card inside each box, and these things come out to where you can just place the stand on this little box and you have this cool comic book background. I think that's something that a lot of figures, a lot of collectibles don't do, and I think that's pretty cool that McFarlane goes the extra way to give you a nice way to display your stuff in however your collection looks. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, some really cool collectibles from Spin Master and McFarlane Toys. I just want to shout out to DC Comics and WB for sending me this cool Batman content. It's really fun and awesome being a DC ambassador, and I can't wait to show you guys some even more cool stuff in the future. And I do want to say, if you saw anything you liked, there is a link in the description that will take you to actually pick up these products yourself. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please leave this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this in the future, or any Batman content, because you know that's what we do here on the Bat from the Box channel. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Juice Wayne. Remember, Batman is awesome. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And again, shout out to Warner Brothers for supporting this video. I really appreciate it.